All right, guys. Remember the movie Minority Report with pre-crime and arrest for crimes before they happen? I guess now it's kind of an oldish Tom Cruise movie. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty good. It was directed by Steven Spielberg, so you know it's high quality. It was high quality at the time. Probably still looks good today. But anyway, that movie kind of delved into a little bit of woo, but nonetheless, you know, it used like psychics, but nonetheless, it was using technology for pre-crime. And guess what, everybody? Now it's here. Except a big surprise, it's coming to us by way of AI. So this is what it is. It's 7 days from launch. It's here. It's already in use in places. It's not something like, oh, beware, it's coming. It is here. There are people already using it. And it's just coming in. The launch in 7 days or 6 days now or whatever it is will just make it even more official than it already is. I suppose there's hope that, you know, there's things like courts that might smack it down or something like that. But anyway, it's called Gideon. It's AI-powered threat detection for law enforcement, threat detection, pre-crime. It's the same difference. Real-time scanning of open source platforms to identify lone wolf domestic terrorists before they strike. Chiefs and law enforcement leaders join our national pilot program, blah, blah, blah. This is the guy, Aaron Cohen. He's a former Israeli Special Forces soldier or IDF or something. And there it is, Gideon. I put pre-crime on there, you know, for the thumb. It's Gideon AI-powered threat detection. And it has no right to use like a sort of Trojan helmet, kind of a Greek style helmet thing. It has no right to do that. Those things are really cool, and this is not. So here we go. Let's look into this here. The Patriot, from the Patriot Voice. Aaron Cohen, an IDF Special Operations veteran, was just on Fox News promoting a new program he created called Gideon that will go into use next week, which uses AI to determine threat assessments of individuals who have not yet been convicted of a crime that are then forwarded to law enforcement. So pre-crime. This extremely dangerous technology was created by modeling Israel's approach to counterterrorism. Just look at Palestine and all the wonderful things happening there. In collaboration with and backed by Palantir, and nothing good ever has a Palantir label on it, of course. So keep in mind, it is Palantir that creates the kill list for the Palestinians, which are used by the IDF. Yeah, just look at Palestine. Look at what Israel's doing there. There's someone I watch, his name is Max Egan, and he says everyone should be paying attention to what's going on in Palestine, because the way of Palestine will be the way of the world. And here we are. It's coming in the form of this thing called Gideon. So the same technology is being developed by absolutely genocidal psychopaths, and is absolutely will be used against American citizens. Gaza is the testing ground for what is to come. The way of Palestine will be the way of the world. The idea here is called pre-crime, which is related to the idea of thought crime and is absolutely unconstitutional, an affront and major threat to the free expression and civil liberties of everyone. It's one of the pillars of George Orwell's 1984 and a hallmark of the technocratic New World Order police state. Doesn't all this just sound great? I mean, what could be better than this, right? Unfortunately, this is, you know, possibly also being brought to us by the Trump administration. Some good things coming out of the Trump administration. There's also some bad, and this is one of them. The Trump administration is working diligently with Palantir and Larry Ellison, Oracle of Project Stargate, to collect as much data from the American people as possible to then be weaponized against us in the future if we don't comply or conform to their tyranny, or if we speak out against it. Dissident voices and those who are deemed a threat by the government will be punished for preconceived crimes never even committed based on an AI threat assessment of things you may have said in the past that don't line up with appropriate narratives. based on what Melania Trump just said in her X post, it seems that the pretext for implementation of this will be the trans shooting that just happened in Minneapolis. It's always think of the children. I'm going to get into that more in a second, but just remember that. Think of the children. It's always that. It's the way the Patriot Act was brought in. I'm going to get into that in a little bit in just a second. So this will ultimately tie into the BEAST system and serve as a barometer for your social credit score as well. Just like China has, we are in very big trouble, America. So I always say, well, we'll see what happens. I mean, courts can strike stuff down and what have you. So let's go here. Who is this Aaron Cohen? Aaron Cohen, a former Israeli Defense Special Forces operation veteran, has developed an AI-powered threat detection system called Gideon, designed to scan the open web for signs of radicalization and tactical planning. Cohen presented the technology, which is modeled on Israel's counterterrorism approach, to the White House and proposed a partnership with the Trump administration to scale its use. The system aims to assist law enforcement agencies in identifying potential threats before they materialize, and is currently being marketed to local police departments. The technology has received backing from Palantir and is also promoted as a tool to combat human trafficking. Cohen emphasized the system's engineering quality, comparing it to Palantir's standards, and highlighted its preventative capabilities during a live appearance on Fox News. So let's go over to the Fox bit here. I'll just hit play, and then I'll probably stop it somewhere and start talking. Okay, so here we go. Here's the appearance on Fox News.
Special Ops veteran Aaron Cohen, retired LAPD Lieutenant Mark Evans, and Fox News contributor and former FBI Special Agent Nicole Parker. It's great to have you on. It's a sad night to do this. Nicole, I want to start with you first. The FBI Director, Kash Patel, posted this on X, quoting here, "The FBI is investigating this shooting as an act of domestic terrorism and hate crime targeting Catholics."
Okay, so they're setting it up here. Think of the children. They're going to get to Aaron Cohen in a second, but what they're doing here is this is called, you know, setting up the hit or the pitch or whatever. You know, like you set them up, I'll knock them down, like a bowling term, sort of. So they're introducing the idea here of a mass shooting. You know, in the one in Minneapolis just happened with the trans Westman person. So what they're really doing is, without saying think of the children, they're saying think of the children. So let's keep going.
Is he right, Nicole? Is this a hate crime?
And also a hate crime against Catholics, but everybody knows that it was children. Children are the one that died.
In your opinion?
I think that's an understatement. I think this is a hate crime and a lot more. And I appreciate that Kash Patel is stepping in and saying, you know what? Let's look at this as a federal crime. Obviously, the shooter is deceased, a self-inflicted gunshot wound, but it is so important that the FBI steps in and discovers how this happened and investigates it as a hate crime or possible domestic terrorism.
Yeah, it's amazing to me because I want to put this up. The Minneapolis police chief, he gave a couple of news conferences today, Aaron Cohen, and some pretty compelling information.
Okay, he just name dropped Aaron Cohen. They set up Think of the Children, and now he's beginning to go to Aaron Cohen.
Along the way, he said the following here. I want to get your take on this.
We're also aware of a manifesto that the shooter had timed to be released on YouTube. This manifesto appeared to show him at the scene and included some disturbing writings. That content has since been taken down with the assistance of the FBI, and it now remains under active review by our investigators.
Okay, so there was an online manifesto, right? And this was online and could have been found by AI, by Gideon. This is what they're setting up here. Think of the children. Always remember that one.
So he clearly planned this. He had the manifesto.
He may as well have just said, so think of the children. Anyway.
Going live on YouTube at a certain time. Clearly there was some thought that went into this, Aaron. I mean, and nobody was tipped off.
This is 100% domestic terrorism. I'm going to tell you why, Trace. This is ideologically motivated. This was tactical, and this was intentional. 80% of these domestic lone wolf terrorists post some type of grievance online. Matthew Crooks, 900 posts between 2020 and 2022. The DC shooter, 900-page manifesto.
Okay, so they're continuing to set it up here. Think of all the children that can be saved. These things were online. These people could have been found. We could have been going through everyone's data, right? So here we go.
100% domestic terrorism, and I bet you, in addition to that manifesto, there's a very significant breadcrumb daisy trail leading back who knows how many weeks, months, or even years. This is the new face of terrorism. This is no longer post 9/11 terror organized Al-Qaeda trace. These are radicalized online lone wolves, and the United States is 10 years behind these threats. We need to catch up.
And I wanted to get your opinion on the breaking news here, because the First Lady, Melania Trump, just called for more, and this is quoting here, preemptive intervention when it comes to IDing school shooters. It's kind of your bailiwick, Aaron.
Trace, as you know, correct, 100%, and she's 100% correct. I am now about to launch Gideon, America's first.
And there it is. He's about to launch Gideon. So we'll just let him wrap up what he's saying here.
Ever AI threat detection platform built specific.
This is being sold to the American public by by doing this now. I mean, however many people still watch Fox News, I'm not sure, but this is a sales pitch. It's being set up. You know, you set them up, I'll knock them down. This is the sales pitch being sold to the American people. And if nobody raises the alarm, if nobody says the hell you are, then that's consent. And then they just do it.
For law enforcement, it scrapes the internet 24/7 using an Israeli-grade ontology to pull specific threat language and then routes it to local law enforcement. It's a 24/7 detective. It never sleeps, and it's going to get us in front of these attacks.
Would it have picked up on this, do you think?
100%. I wish my program.
Think of the children. It would have saved those kids in Minneapolis. And you know what? It may be true, but there are things that are too dangerous to use, even if they help with a certain thing that is good. The dangers can be too much, and this is one of them.
Would already be up. We're not launching until next week. I've got a dozen agencies on board, Trace. I just unloaded a major Northeast agency with over 27.
Okay, so it's up and running next week, and so let's go here. Oh yeah, this guy, Aaron Cohen. He's a real piece of work. Really nice guy. Look at this. Hamas didn't just murder innocent Israelis. They murdered journalism, and you helped them do it. You weren't duped. You chose to believe the lie. Every journalist who echoed their propaganda is either complicit or too stupid to hold a mic. You didn't cover this war. Where's the one? Oh yeah, here. This is the one I wanted. Hamas calls it journalism. We call it a target package. Yeah, target package. All right, that's what you're going to be. You're going to be a target package. If you post anything AI decides it doesn't like, you're not a person with an opinion who has First Amendment rights. No, you're a target package. If Hamas gets to decide who's a journalist, then we decide when he gets neutralized. Yeah, you just become a target package, and you can become neutralized. That's Aaron Cohen, the guy who developed this. So. I wanted to take this a slightly different direction here and move it this way. Below is a side-by-side comparison of the promises made about the Patriot Act. So this is the Patriot Act back after 9/11, and it made promises, and then there were actual results. Okay, and so on the left side here are the promises about how it would make Americans safer, and on the right is what actually happened. I'm just going to read a couple of these because if you want to, I posted it all, and if you want to see all of it, you can just go to my X account, which is coming up here, and here it is. Okay, yeah. So my X account. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, my X account is okay. This account does exist. Anyway, oh, I think I know what happened. I changed this, and now okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So my X account is Base Gardening on X, and so you'll be able to find it. Okay, so enhanced information sharing. Okay, so here are the promises made by the Patriot Act. Enhanced information sharing. The act would break down legal and bureaucratic barriers between law enforcement and intelligence agencies, enabling better coordination to detect and prevent terrorist plots. What actually happened? Limited effectiveness in preventing attacks. Critics argue the act failed to deliver significant results. A 2015 Washington Post article noted the Justice Department admitted FBI agents couldn't point to major terrorism cases cracked due to key Patriot Act surveillance powers. The Congressional Joint Inquiry Report found a pre-9/11 intelligence failures were due to poor coordination, blah, 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 blah. So modernized surveillance tools. The act would update laws to allow law enforcement to use tools like roving wiretaps and access to business records to track terrorists using modern technology, ensuring rapid response to threats. Mass surveillance of Americans, Section 215 enabled the NSA to what actually happened. Mass surveillance of Americans, Section 215 enabled the NSA to collect phone records of millions of Americans daily, including numbers dialed, call dates, times, and durations without warrants or suspicion, and an appeals court ruled this program unlawful in 2015, citing overreach. Critics, including the ACLU, argue this violated Fourth Amendment rights and threatened everyone as a suspect, chilling free expression. So I think that the parallels between Gideon and the way the Patriot Act was sold to the American people, like, oh, it'll make you safer, think of the children. I think the parallels are unbelievably similar and really hard to ignore. And so hopefully there's enough outcry, public outcry, courts get involved and start smacking things down, and this never really launches the way they intend. All right, so there we go, everybody. Thank you. If you like this thing, please like, subscribe, and share. And that'll do it for today. Thanks, everybody. Base Gardening out.